Hi guys, welcome to shop-rjpasini.com. My name is Rich Pasini, and the reason why I'm making this video today is I got a couple topics I want to talk about, and I just want to share with you guys who do follow me, and to the new followers, the new subscribers, thank you very much for subscribing to my channel. I hope you find it interesting with some of the things I put up there. I try to keep it, short and sweet at times, but sometimes it goes a little longer than expected. I think some of my videos can run over an hour sometimes, and the people that do take the time to watch me for an hour, maybe, I don't know, maybe they just watch 10 minutes of it and they click it off, but whatever. If you do watch the whole video presentation or what I'm discussing, it's gratefully appreciated. The reason I'm making this video, guys, is I'm not here to bash buyers or say bad things about them, but there's a couple things I just want to talk about really well. I can't say really quick. First off, let me just put my glass on here because I had to write it down because sometimes I forget during these doing these videos. And the topics I want to talk about is the best offers, buyers don't respond after they make a purchase, and about scamming measures. Well, things, the reason I talk about the scamming thing is because I was looking at the on YouTube. There was a couple of sellers on there that were having problems, and I mean, it's not what I would do. It's not going to say it's going to be a guaranteed thing where it's going to definitely help out, but it may be of some help. And I just also want to talk about Bonanza. It's a nice site, but it doesn't do certain updates and stuff like that with their feedbacks or their positive ratings. They don't get updates. And of course, how can we forget the buyers on that site don't read the full description, and I'm going to point that out in a minute. But anyway, let's get started here. I'm just going to minimize this screen here. I'm going to probably bump out because I'd rather show you a full screen rather than show you a little one. Okay, so I'm going to bump out over here. I'm going to take it from here. Here you can see I have, out of 344, I have everything here listed with buy now. Okay, and the roll over here, GTC, goods are canceled. Okay. Now, here's the problem, folks. Here's the problem I'm having here. This one here, a buyer made an offer. I accepted the offer, and they decided no response. So I opened up a non-paying bidder, or non-paying buyer, or whatever case. And they sent me back today. This was I think sometime in September, and they never responded to me. I guess it was late in September, and I just got a message today from eBay saying, "What do you want to do with this here?" So I just said I'm going to cancel the order out. Okay, here's the problem, folks. And I know it sounds like sometimes I pick on buyers, but I'm not really. I mean, I don't really, because I know, we all have circumstances, we all have situations coming up and stuff in our lives. Maybe somebody can't afford to buy this right now. Maybe it's a little too much for them. You never know. I mean, people say, come on, $20 or $30, that's expensive. Some people it may be. Things happen in life. Maybe the person could lose their job. Maybe they thought they had extra money to play around with this month, and it turned out it didn't work that way. So, sometimes people, or they just bid and they just forget all about it. On this particular one, I shouldn't really accepted the bid, because the person was a new seller. But then again, I don't like to be that way because, we all started with zero feedbacks, I don't really like to judge a situation like that. But anyway, so the buyer made a bid, made an offer. I accepted the offer, sending them, the information. Well, they didn't say that, they didn't send the invoice, but I think I did send the invoice, did I? I think I did send the invoice. And I was waiting to get paid. So I messaged the buyer. I resent the invoice. I think it was 2 or 3 times, as I normally do. And I think I messaged them twice. First one is, "Hi, thank you for your purchase. I was just wondering if you still would like, if you still are interested in this item. If so, please let me know. So if not, I can relist it again." So I sent the first one. Then the second one, I'd send them if I don't hear from like a day or so, whatever. Then the second one, I'll send them and saying, "Hello, this is so and so again. I haven't heard from you. I understand you made a purchase recently, and I didn't hear from you. And I was just wondering if you still would like to have this item. If not, please let me know." Sent 3 invoices and 2 messages. Buyer did not respond, so I opened up a non-buyer case, non-buyer bidder, whatever, paid. So they said to me today, finally, they got back to me, eBay got back to me today, said, what are you going to do with this? I said, cancel the order. I just, clicked off cancel the order. So now I relisted. See, now here's the problem, folks. And I'm sorry, again, if it seems like I'm picking on buyers, but, here's the thing. Every time someone does something like that to the sellers, and you have to cancel out and restart it all over again. So, like this one had 2 watches. I got one now. But suppose this have 5 watches on it. With the probability, or possibility, I should say, that one of them 5 would have purchased this item. Now, because the buyer's negligence by not getting back to me sooner rather than later, or they didn't get back to me, period, to be honest with you, they could have told me and say, listen, I decided I want to cancel the order. Nobody notified me. Nobody notified. But, here's the funny thing. eBay's all hopping heavy on the buyers. They look out for the buyers. The sellers, as far as I'm concerned, don't really have too much leadway in this in some cases. I'm not going to contradict myself because there are times that eBay will work with you and for you at times if you're in the right and if you have the documentation and proof. In some cases, not all. I know there'll probably be sellers that say, no, that's not true. No, I'm just saying in some cases. In my particular cases, they worked for me, okay? I mean, I don't want to be like the big bad wolf guy here, picking on eBay all the time. But, in some cases, they've really got to do something with their situation. Now, look at this here. It says, buy it now, make offer, okay? Now, I always thought when you make an offer and then you accept it, I always thought they would buy it right away. Apparently, I guess they have a grace period to buy it, if I'm not mistaken. I think it's so many days. I don't wait 3 days, 4 days. I open up a case within a day or 2. If I don't hear from you, because you're tying me up, now I got to start all over again. Okay? So that's a problem. So with this particular one here, I had to relist it again, and now I'm back to square one again. And what these buyers don't realize when they do stuff like that, don't have the common courtesy or decency to message the seller and say, hey, listen, I decided I don't want it. I want to cancel it out. You keep me hanging. It's not fair to the seller. See, that's where I have to take precedence with the other sellers when they get upset with eBay, because they don't, take in consideration what the sellers are going through. We're here to sell these items. We're on eBay. We're not here for our health. We're here to hopefully make a living, a substantial amount of money to pay our bills and stuff like that. So, if people say, well, you sound like you're going on a rant, yes and no. I mean, if you don't want it, don't buy it, period. Look, don't put me on your watch list. If you're not sure, don't click that buy it now button or make an offer button, because all you're doing is holding everybody up. Okay, so that's number 1. Number 2, this one here, same thing. I accepted the offer, right? 3 invoices, 2 messages, right? Because you got to do everything through eBay. Here's what the person wrote. I put it on. I copied it and I put it on. No, what do you call it? The Word. I don't want to put the buyer's name on it. This is what he writes. Sorry, no, I can't get it right now. I had to wait a couple of days before you got back from me to tell me you don't want it. Come on, man. Play. If you're gonna be in this game, play it fair. All right, that's all I'm saying. Be fair about it, the whole thing. All right, please. That's all I'm saying. I'm not here to, like I said, to criticize buyers or get on their case and stuff like that. But why do I have to go through resending invoice 3 times with the total price there, 2 messages, and then you finally get back to me on the 3rd or 4th day, whatever day it is now? And that's the thing? Not like, all right, I said sorry, but you couldn't have got back to me sooner, so I know I could have probably put it up that much quicker. Not that I'm saying if the guy got back to me that same day or the next day that I put it up there, it's a hot sell, it's gonna sell. But you keep when buyers do that, you keep sellers in limbo. They don't know what to do. Okay, so when I see it sells, I go into my listings and I click the button, item is no longer available. So that takes it off eBay's list. So now it's hanging out there, just hanging out in limbo land. Please. And then I got to redo it all over again, relist it again. And if there were a lot of watches on it, they all drop off. Okay, so please, that's a problem. That's an ongoing issue, and this is not the first time this happened, folks. This has been going on a few times. I might have said it in other videos, but this is an ongoing problem with these people. I don't know why. Why would you even make a purchase, make a best offer no less? Okay, I accept it because I want to load this stuff, and it's not because it's broken, don't work. This does work, this phone. And then later on, you're keeping me hanging. I'm over there prepping the box up and stuff like that, getting it all ready for shipment. I'm saying, oh, okay, once the buyer makes the shipment, slap the label on, boom, and get it out of here. I'm hanging in there. I'm in limbo land. I can't, because nobody's sitting there. They decide to list it. They don't want it. That's very unfair. I'm sorry. Okay, now I got that off my chest. Okay, so I discussed, right, the best offer is the buyer doesn't respond there for purchasing. Okay. The other thing I want to talk about is the scamming. I was watching on one of the things here. Let me go back to. Let me just bump out of this again. Let me go back into here. I was looking at one of the sellers, on YouTube, and they got a negative feedback. It was back, I think, in October sometime. I just happened to come along and because I type on the in YouTube, I do that search, and I just wanted to see what buyer is on there, and I hate those messages. Anyway, so the buyer or the seller stated that they sent an item out to the buyer, and the buyer claims they didn't get it. Now the delivery tracking shows that they had, it's been delivered, but the buyer states that they didn't receive it. Now, everybody makes mistakes. The postal service, just as they certain things get damaged, which I had a couple items damaged from the postal service because of poor delivery. I love the postal service. I use them right now exclusively. Okay, I use them for all my shipping needs. But there are cases where things can be rerouted. But apparently, the seller has stated that no, this is like, I don't know if the person, I think I burnt once before like this. But there are people out there that will try to, make a situation out of it. Here's my thing on it. If you've been scorned like that a couple of times, what you might want to do, okay, you could put it in your descriptions. This way, you're giving the buyers a heads up that the items are going to be shipped with signature delivery. Now, people may say, well, that doesn't mean anything. Well, yes and no, because first off, if you use signature delivery, somebody has to sign for it. Somebody is going to sign for that item that you're sending out. Now, people may say, wait a minute, if I'm sending out like me, I sell eyeglass case, they say, so you're sending out a little eyeglass case that maybe someone bought for $5 off of you. You're going to send that out with a signature delivery? It all depends what the item is. Okay, I don't remember what the seller was again, because it was a couple days back. If you're going to sell something, electronics, jewelry, computers, like laptop piece, like a laptop, or certain things that are of a greater value over than $50 or better, even if it's under it, you might want to use signature delivery, because this way you have something on paper. Somebody had to sign for that item, and if it's addressed to that person that made the purchase, and they have somebody else sign for it. I don't know how that works with eBay. I don't know if that's a valid situation. If eBay would work with the person, say, hey, even though the person had their next door neighbor sign for it, I don't know if that's acceptable. But if you're selling something, like I said, when I was selling the watches, I was selling watches a while back, and I put right in the description, all these items will be, well, they're going to go with priority mail, which is tracked and insured, and they weren't expensive watches. They were under $50. They were nothing, but they're pre-owned. I sent it with signature delivery. So if anybody does have any little, ideas going on, that they're going to get something for nothing, that's not going to work. Hopefully not, because even when you send the item with the priority mail, which is tracked and insured, all right. So you say, well, it's tracked and insured, which is good. That's a good part. But when you have the signature delivery, that's also good too. It's like a double-edged sword, so to speak. So I think it's a good thing I think it's a good gesture to use on items that are higher. Like in other words, I would say maybe $50 and above. You might want it. I'm not sure what it is. I have to look it up because I haven't used it in a while. But I do use it. I did use it when I was selling the watches. I don't know if it's $2 and change or whatever additional. You could probably pad that into your cost. Because it is an additional cost. Whether the buyer wants to pay for it or not, you're giving them a heads up that it will be shipped with signature delivery. That's my only way I feel that you have some sort of protection for you as the seller. And you know what? It works out both ways. It's good for the buyer and it's good for the seller, So you might want to, I feel bad for these people that got scammed. Maybe on the items that they sold, they probably felt that was not necessary to have signature delivery. I'm not saying that's the magic number that's going to help out in situations, but you might want to look into that. I would definitely use it for jewelry, computers or laptops. If you sell, definitely cell phones. When I sell my cell phone, whenever it sells, I put in their signature delivery. Somebody is physically going to have to sign for that item, that cell phone, be it a computer, cell phone, watch, jewelry, whatever. They're going to sign for it. Someone has to sign for it, and I think that's a good measure to protect the sellers. And that this message is for the sellers. Okay, not saying it in a derogative way to the buyers, but we want to make sure that it gets to the person who ordered it too. So I highly recommend if sellers had gone through this situation where they've been scorned before, once, twice, or whatever, maybe 3 times, you might want to try using signature delivery. And don't not warn the buyer. Be fair to the buyer too. Put in your description, bold lettering, say note to buyer or please note, this item will be shipped with signature delivery confirmation. Plain and simple. It's giving the buyer a heads up saying, okay, I know I'm going to have to sign for this here. And if they say, if you get a message back from the buyer saying, well, I work Monday through Friday, 9 to 5, what am I going to do? But then you go to the post office then. Go to the post office, I'm sure, because I think what happens is if it doesn't get signed, if no one's home to sign it, they bring it back to the post office. Go within your lunch hour or go after work or whatever. Go on a Saturday when they're open, say, I got, because I think they leave a notification, you have an item to be picked up at the post office, whatever. I don't know if they resend it out again. But if you're working 9 to 5 and they give it to the letter carrier to take it to your house and no one's there to sign for it, they're going to bring it back anyway. I don't know how many times they do that before they leave it at the post office. And I don't think they send it back. I think what they'll try to make a novel attempt to get somebody, get you there, hopefully to sign for that item. I know it sounds like an inconvenience, but listen, I hear a lot of stories about people getting scammed. And look, sellers are no angels either, okay? I hear horror stories too about the sellers. So, it works both ways. But right now, the thing I'm talking about is, because I'm a seller, I'm a full-time seller, and I do this here for full-time. This is directed towards the sellers and I've been listening to other sellers saying how they got scammed and stuff like that. We're going to keep this on a level playing field. Let's do it right. Let's do right by each other. Okay, buyers, have respect for the sellers, and the sellers have respect for the buyers. This video is not meant to strictly, get on the buyer's case. Before, what I was talking about in regards to making best offers and non-responding to messaging or whatever, invoice, sending out the invoice and you're not required, that becomes a problem. And the reason why I'm doing this video is because I had this happen to me more than twice, I assure you. Okay, there were a couple of times I had to open up a non-buying payer case against buyers. I don't like doing it, but if you're not going to respond to me, what am I supposed to do? It holds me back. I got to relist the stuff again. When you relist, it costs you money again. I think they give you credit in some cases, but for the most part, there's times I had to relist and it cost me money. Okay, but in regards to people being scammed, you know, that's what I would do. Simple, plain and simple. In your descriptions, like I said again, put in bold lettering. If you have an item $50 and above, just put in there on the bottom or whatever, but make sure that buyers can read it. But that's not a guarantee either, and I'll tell you why. Because I did a video a while back on buyers don't read descriptions, and I'm going to get into that in the next topic, but I'm going to talk to you in a second about that with another selling platform. Yeah, again, just write in there, bold lettering, in red, so it catches their attention. I think so. Anyway, I always think it's better than red. Just write in there, big letters. Please note, this item will be shipped with signature delivery confirmation. Now, people may say, well, that might spook the buyer. They may not want that there. They might not want to sign for it. Well, it's a chance you're taking. You know, if you spook them and they want to go elsewhere to buy it, so be it. Go elsewhere. That's all. If you like what I have to offer, the price is good, you feel it's good quality, it's a lot, you know, it's a lot maybe better condition than others out there, then that's up to you. But me, that's how it's going to be done. That's why I do it. Like I said again, I do it with jewelry, laptops, cell phones, you know, those type of items. $50 and above if you want to keep it at that. But even when I was selling the watches, they ranged $20, $15. They weren't the greatest watches, but again, I put signature delivery confirmation is going to be included with this item. And so far, thank God, knock on wood, I haven't had any return like that, any problem with that there, as far as that part goes. Now, getting back to the other thing, I'm going to bounce out of here again, and I'm going to show you, let me put my glasses on here again. This is a funny thing. See this here item, folks? This here is on eBay, right? So when you go to Bonanza, you can get this a little cheaper. Now I know you're probably saying, "Wait a minute, you're talking." Well, I'm not on eBay's site, so this is a YouTube channel. This is my channel, so I could make this statement to you guys. If you go, it's only a few bucks. Look, it's a little cheaper. If you went to buy this off of Bonanza, you get for $767 versus $799. I know it's a little savings, no big deal. All right, so yeah, I'm not making a big thing. I'm not gonna make a federal case. I'm just trying to tell you it's a little cheap if you go to Bonanza. I like Bonanza. I don't get many sales from them. Okay, they on occasion they do, but here again. Now I want to show you something. I'm going to scroll down here. Now you would think that if you're a person interested in this here, you would look at this and read the description, right? I think you know what I'm leading up to, guys. Here we go. Hi and welcome to my sale. This week I'm offering this pre-owned. Here's the magic word right here, folks. Pre-owned Kirkland signature brown hard clamshell eyeglass case. Here's the word. That's the magic word. You know, I should highlight that in my ads. But people don't read. I'm going to prove it to you. I'm going to prove it to you right now. Okay? That's the word. There's the magic word. I didn't add this in there. That was already there. I'm not going to put this in there to make a case out of this here. Here is the ad. Now, maybe the buyer thinks, oh, well, it's just a case. They're not going to read about it. What do I need to read? It's an eyeglass case. Well, don't you want to read the condition? Is it good condition? Well, I go by pictures. Every pictures tell 1,000 words. Not me. That's why they have it over here. Item details. Okay? It's right here. Pre-owned. Now, I'm going to prove it to you because I got an email. Now, this goes to my regular email from Bonanza. Look at this. This is from the buyer. Hi. Oh, okay, they didn't say here. It says over here. Which one was it now? Is it two of them? I think there might be two. Bear with me, folks, for a second here, because I know the buyer. It was in my email. All right, it might be my email thing here. Let's see. Let's go right over here. Right here. Okay, I thought I put it in here. I guess not. Wrong one. Okay, that's the one. That's the one I wanted. Okay, that's the other guy. All right. Anyway, right here has your Kirkland signature glasses case has been used, or is it new? Thanks. That's from the buyer. Okay, that's from the buyer. What am I? I mean, am I writing? Are my ads that bad? I mean, are they bad? I mean, can someone tell me that? I mean, is there something missing here? Right? I mean, what's wrong with this ad? What don't you see in this ad here? Pre-owned. I mean, right here. There's the word. That's the key word. Now, I don't know how they have it set up over here, because when you upload it, well, here, right here, right here. Now, I don't know what this has to do. Search Walmart. Now, see, here's another thing. Now, I didn't notice in this here. This is kind of funny because, you know, everybody piggybacks off of somebody else, and this is the part I don't like in the case. Now, I'm going to see some, because this is something I didn't take notice of. But anyway, going back with Bonanza, which we are on Bonanza's site. Okay, all right. Now here's the item details. Okay, reviews, category, eyeglass cases. Okay, quantity available, only one in stock, order soon. Condition, used. Gender, unisex. All right, this is when they send, you know, when they're importing this from eBay. All this information is imported in there. Okay? All right. So let's see what Walmart now is. This gets interesting as it goes along. I had to laugh. Are they selling the same things here? Okay, so they put that in there. They put that in there so buyers can go elsewhere to buy your stuff. Look at this. Everybody's piggybacking off of everybody. Look at this. Look, why would I don't understand when I know eBay does the same thing, but they have other things. But here's my thing. Why would you put reviews in here? And look how they padded it in there. They put it as reviews. Do you see reviews there? Do you see reviews for this Kirkland? Let's look at it again. I don't see reviews. I see reduced price. Hey, let's look at this one here. Let's look at this one. Hey, look at that. Look at that. Add to cart. Where's the reviews? Reviews for what? This is going to probably have reviews. Or maybe not. Write a review. But look. So when they go to Bonanza tags in there, search Walmart. Everybody's piggybacking off everybody, and then people wonder why am I making sales? Let's see this one. Gets interesting, folks. All right, these are all mine. All right, so yeah, I could tell you right to boot. These are all mine. I could tell by the pictures. I could tell you right by the pictures. They're all mine. Okay. All right. So they decipher it that way with eyeglass cases. But again, and I know I'm not trying to be a stickler with this here, but why would you put Walmart in there? A multi-billion-dollar company, you're putting them there, and it puts you for reviews. It's on a reviews line. Look. Come on, what's that all about? How am I supposed to make sales if you're doing stuff like this? So you pad it in there in reviews. Why don't you just say right over here, you could buy cheaper ones at Walmart? Come on, give me a break. Anyway, that's the deal, folks. But the point I was getting across is Bonanza, it's a good selling platform. It's okay. All right. I mean, I'm not knocking it 100%, but it's okay. All right. I mean, I don't make a lot of sales off it, but again, people do not read the descriptions, as you could see. Now they got over here selling. Okay, view a dashboard over here. Now, here's the thing that gets me. This is a little off key or off the subject here. And I know people may say, oh, you're going to make a big thing about this here. Well, I do make a big thing out because I like to do everything by the book. Okay, now, here's the thing right here. See here? Positive rating. Okay? Now, look at my eBay. Where is it here? Let me go back over here for a second here. I'm just picking anyone. It's got me 100% positive feedback, right? That's how many items I sold so far. No, feedback scores, whatever. This is 100% positive, right? Now you look over here. Let's get out of Walmart. Let's get out of this guy here. And you look over here. It's got me down for 99.9%, which shows that I may have had a negative on their site, maybe. But when you're importing, you would think this would import, and this should be 100%. Along with the total feedback, they got me 992, and you could see that my feedback on eBay is 1,004. So when you're going to Bonanza and you're importing your stuff, apparently it doesn't import or update properly. Okay, so that's where the problem lies with that part. They don't. And you want another funny thing? If you click this on here, right? You click this on. It'll tell you over here, delete or re-import my feedback. I tried that. Didn't do nothing. And they got me down for one negative. I don't know what's negative, because the only things I sold here, the items I did sell, were always taken care, done on profit. So I don't know what that's all about. I have to notify them. I got to find out about that. Where did that come into play? I don't make a lot of sales on here, folks. Just to let you know. Provided tracking 90% of the time. Baloney. When I sell on eBay, everything's 100% tracking. So when they're importing off of eBay, this is coming from imports, and I could prove it to you that it's import, because right over here, when you click on import from here, and Amazon and Etsy and Shopify, you can do it. Now they'll tell you, all right, now don't let this fool you, folks. You might say, oh well, yeah, but it is importing. Yeah, I guarantee it. It's not gonna show the import when it's completed. It's not gonna show you anything that's up. It's not gonna show. That updated information is not gonna show. In some cases, it doesn't show. I went through this already with them. You could remove with the next sync. When you sync up, you can remove certain things. Reserve listings. I don't have reserved. Remove any items that are now inactive on eBay. Then you could edit, remove all the items that are removed or expired or ended on eBay, for any reason on eBay. They tell you all this stuff here, but then when you do it, it doesn't actually work 100%. Look, it's not a bad site. It's okay. I mean, as far as the two, I still think eBay is, well, I think a lot of people would agree with me. eBay is a lot more, favorable than Bonanza. Let's put it that way. And being very kind. And off the topic, I just wanted to share this with you guys because it is an eBay related thing, right? This is from Cafe Mom. Here they got over here selling possessed dolls on eBay is a real thing, and the stories are incredibly creepy. I was reading some of this here, and hey, I guess the reason I'm putting it on, I guess it's good for the near Halloween time, right? Then they have some other stuff over here: real ghost stories, woman shit at chilling supernatural. Here's 9 spooky true stories of paranormal experiences during pregnancy. But if you click on, you go down and you click on here, like it says over here, there's this $100 possessed Urkel doll, which was dropped off at a woman's doorstep by her spited ex-boyfriend, who also dabbles in the dark arts. Whatever. But if you click on here, this is the eBay posting. Let's see what it looks like. If it's still even up there. I didn't get a chance to check it out. I don't know if it is up there. Okay. The item is less. You know, it doesn't look like. I don't know if it is. Did it sell? Let's see original listing here. Oh, it did. Yeah, of course it sold. Right. Yeah, I just want to see the original listing. Okay. All right. So they sold for $100. And it's got. I don't know if it, I don't think the Ouija board goes with it. I like the way they did this here. Haunted vintage Urkel doll, spirit vessels, object panel. Yeah, it's like a. What they're trying to say? It's like a Chucky doll. Merry meat. Okay, and then it goes on. You can read this, folks, if you're interested. I'm not going to read the whole thing. I'm not going to read into this whole thing, but you guys could check it out. Just type in there Urkel doll, haunted Urkel doll on eBay, and you can read it for yourself. I don't really care for dolls so much with the blinking eyes. I'll be honest with you. I know quite a few people like that. I guess that dolls freak the people out. You know, some people get freaked out with them because their eyes blink and whatever. Here's the things over here. They were talking about over here, ghost caught on a camera, haunted hotel. Actually looks legit. And if you click on this here, you could watch it. I don't know if it's like 3 or 4 minutes. I'm not going to bore you guys with it because you can see for yourself. I don't want this because I know myself these videos will be protracting for a long time. Then they go in a lot longer than expected. But let's see what else they got here. Okay, here's another one. Then they talk about this one here. There's one. There's this $150 Raggedy Annabelle, yeah, whatever doll, which is held by someone's recently deceased grandmother. Okay. Then you got this one. Then there's this $80 creepy looking musical doll. Someone purchased that at an antique store about a year ago. You know, it's funny because like sometimes people say that I don't know if you guys have an experience like this or heard this, but some people say that when you buy things, used things from other people, there might be something attached to it. I don't know, like if they feel like it's a spirit attached to it or some kind of paranormal thing with, attached to that particular item. I heard stories like that. I don't know how true it is, but I heard people saying like that. There are some people that are superstitious that when you bring something home from an antique store or you're buying something like this off of eBay, you don't know what you're bringing into your home. There's been cases like that where people bring certain things into the house and they all of a sudden they find things going on, like things are missing or strange things start happening. I don't know if anybody have experienced that or heard of things like that, but I've heard of stuff like that. People say, well, do you believe it? I don't know. I have an open mind. Anything is possible. A lot of the items I buy, I don't keep them per se in the house. They're off in a storage unit. So you might say, well, you sound like you're kind of superstitious. Well, yes and no. I really don't like putting used items or somebody else's items in my house. You say, well, would it be for that reason? I don't know. I get a little freaked out with certain things. I don't really like to keep stuff like that in the house. I keep them in a storage facility. So a lot of these things don't, they're not in my dwelling. At least I don't want to keep them here anyway. The only time they may be around or close by proximity is when I'm doing a sneak peek video, or if I'm talking about an item, something like that. But after I do the video on that particular item or talk about it, it goes right back into the storage facility. I do not keep it in here. I know it sounds kind of crazy, but that's just the way it is. And if you want to read a little more from Cafe Mom, here's over here. It gets you in the Halloween spirit. I don't really care for Halloween, but this is what it is. Now this one here is talking about experience during pregnancies. I didn't get a chance to look at that one. Let's see here. There was another one. Let's see. Pregnancy. There was another one here. Hey, look at this one here. A little doll. It was another haunted items on eBay. Actual dolls. Statue right price $29. And I didn't get a chance to look at all of these here. There was one there they had though. I'm trying to find it now. When it had other stories. Let's see. I could have sworn there was another one that had other stories. It said like there was like 9 stories. Oh, here it is. I'm sorry, guys. On the side here. See over here. Real ghost stories. 8. Okay, and you look at it here. And I don't think that's a real picture. Well, there's a picture of somebody. I don't know if that's a picture of a ghost, but you could read these stories here. The Phantom Nanny, right? Yeah, the ghost story. Okay, talk a little about that there. The Phantom Nanny. the eerie unexpected exorcism, the insane asylum inspector, ghost house guest, a poltergeist from the past. You know, and these things are kind of fun, interesting to read. You know, the reason why I say it is because these are people that, well, supposedly really experience this stuff. So when you really think about it, you say, wow, if these people really experience this stuff, that's pretty freaky, you know. So you got that one there. You got the roommate that wouldn't rest in peace. She sees dead people. That sounds like that movie there. I don't remember that name of that movie. I forget. Spooky little spirits roaming in their home. You know, and then it says something, have you encountered a ghost or a spirit? And then I guess you could write into it, supernatural or whatever. And you can share the story on Facebook. I'm not going to put my Facebook page. But again, if people say, well, do you believe these things? Well, I mean, I have an open mind to things. So if someone was to tell me, do you believe in it? Yes or no. I mean, you know, I don't think people, I'm not saying it's not for sure, but I'm saying some people probably will, you know, put stuff like this on there, like I say, on a YouTube channel just to get ratings or get more views or subscribers. I don't put stuff like that on there. Do I believe in it? Like I said again, I do believe in certain, you know, certain things. You don't know. I have an open mind to things. Some people may agree to disagree, but you know, that's okay. You know, it is what it is. Anyway, guys, let me bump out of this here. I think I covered the topics I wanted to talk about. That's basically it. And again, if you guys had any experiences like that, you want to share with me, please do. You know, it is what it is. You know, Halloween's coming around the corner here. It's not too far off. So, you know, I have a little doll on there, a little Winnie the Pooh, I think it is. A little, I thought somebody might be interested in it. I don't know if anybody is interested in it. If you make a purchase of it, I could ship it out to you guys. It's a cute little thing. I don't know if I can still hear if it's still distributed. Let me just bump out here one more time. Let me click over here. Okay, let's see what we got here. Nope, that's the wrong one. Okay. Alright, I'm sorry guys. I just want to see it's still here. I just wanted to show you guys. I mean, you know, if you want it for Halloween, you know, I could, if you know, if someone makes a purchase of it, I can get it out right away. It's a cute little doll, pretty clean. If I can find it. Brother. Right here. It's a Winnie the Pooh Halloween doll. I'm not too crazy about chrome. Ooh, chrome. Anyway, yeah, yeah, this is what I got going on here. It's a cute little doll. If you guys are interested in it. That's what I got. Yeah, somebody was looking at it, and I thought they were going to buy it. You know, the way they made it sound, 'cause I don't know if I got a message on it, you know. But apparently, you know, it wasn't, I guess it wasn't to their fancy, but it's a nice little doll, you know. And if somebody was to buy this here, I can get it out, you know, within this week, you know. And usually things like this would go either first class package, plus they wanted to have it there by a certain time, but I don't see the need for it. It's a little doll. It's not like it's something that you have to have right away, but it's cute, right? So if anybody's interested in that, let me know. Anyway, that's it, guys. I will talk to you in the next video. If you like what I do with these videos, folks, please subscribe to my channel. I'd love to have you as a subscriber. If you get anything out of them and you want to give it a thumbs up, that'd be great. If not, that's fine too. Like I said, I like to share these things with you guys. Like I said, I also do the reseller news. If this is the first time coming to my YouTube channel, I cover different topics. You know, at times I do some do-it-yourself things, tips. You know, like I did one on shipping and packaging. I did some photography things here. You know, nothing like great, but it's good. I mean, there's a different, you know, a lot of different little things I do with these here. A lot of my videos also deal with the sneak peek videos and stuff, but I do talk about other things. I think with this video here, it'll be 421 videos. I didn't think I had that many, to be honest with you folks. You know, you might say, well, you had to have somebody. I mean, yeah, you have an idea of it, but like when I was doing these videos for the sneak peek videos and demos and intro videos, you don't realize it. It's like, wow, it's like, wow, I went to 421 already. And that's probably all done within a year's time. Even though it shows I created in 2014, I might have created it back then, but I didn't actually start doing it, getting into it heavy since the job layoff. So I started getting into it pretty heavy, as far as like, listing, I was doing the eBay listings, sneak peek videos, demo videos, intro videos. I started getting into it more and more. And now I'm looking, it's like, wow, I'm up to this will be 421 videos. So, it's quite a bit. It's quite a lot of videos. And unfortunately, not unfortunately, but I sometimes I like to keep them short. And there's times it just protracts a lot longer. Like I said, I had videos, I think I might have had about one video, maybe, I don't know, maybe an hour and a half or something like that. I think it's something like that. I don't remember 100%, but I know I had them over an hour or better. I don't know what this one's going to be. This one might be close to an hour. I don't know. I have to look. But anyway, guys, enjoy the rest of your weekend. I wish you all the best in selling. Sold one thing last night, one little item. That was it. My sales are very slow. I don't want to sound like the pessimist here, the pessimist seller, but all I saw was one little item, nothing to write home about, and it is really, 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 for me, dead. It's dead. I mean, really stagnant. So if you look at my listings, I got quite a few people watching, but again, nobody's making any purchases. And it gets a little frustrating, And I know people tell you, you got to hang in there. Things will pick up and things will get better. But when you have thousands and thousands of other people out there doing the same thing, selling the same stuff, undercutting cutting their prices down to whatever to make a sale, it's very difficult at times. So it is what it is. But I'll keep plugging away and see what happens, and we'll take it from there. Thanks again for stopping by. You take care. Have a great weekend, guys. Talk to you next video. Bye now.